I secretly dislike one of my daughters, and I'm trying not to show it.
Oh, no.
My daughters were born pretty close together. Their birthdays only 10 months apart.
Wow.
Because I got pregnant almost immediately after having the other, their entire lives they have always been best friends. My eldest is Sam, 17, and the year below is Izzy, 16. These girls have been absolutely inseparable since Izzy was born. They'd read each other's stories, play with their dolls, do each other's hair, hold hands everywhere they went together, and they look incredibly alike too. People have mistaken them for twins when they were younger. By the way, this comes from Throwaway for Replies 8, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. And I'm Angie.
I'm Carly.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We're just going to guess what we would do in this situation, so let us know what you would do in the comments. So, OP says, we've always had a pretty tight-knit family. Me, my husband, and the girls. We have family film and game nights together and regularly take trips together. These girls are my entire world, and I'm feeling absolutely riddled with guilt over the last 2 years because I'm really starting to dislike my youngest, Izzy. Yikes. Obviously, they weren't going to stay the same forever. From the age of about 13 onwards, they both really started to diverge with their personalities. I completely expected and thought I was prepared for this. I can still remember when I first started to feel like she was becoming her own person, and I know it's a confusing and emotional roller coaster for teens, so I try to be as open and understanding as possible regarding their choices. Both girls are currently doing their A-levels in college in the UK. Sam is studying biology, chemistry, mathematics, and some kind of animal welfare subject. Her goal is to go into a veterinary course at university, and she currently volunteers at our local vets helping out with the animals. She's always been a sweet girly girl and only got more feminine as she entered her teenage years. I'm also rather girly, and Sam and I regularly go get our nails and hair done together, go shopping, and enjoy baking. At the end of each school day, she comes home and makes us both a cup of tea, and we'll chat about how our days went, boys she's interested in, her classes, and drama with her friends.
I feel like I'm not gonna like you for very much of this story, OP.
Right. She by no means is the popular girl at school, but she has a group of about 10 close friends that she hangs out with a lot. Often, the girls will sleep over at my house, do each other's makeup, and even join us on our movie nights. Sam is by no means shy, but she hates making people upset, so she avoids confrontation like the plague. Izzy, on the other hand, has begun to get very involved in political issues and current events. She lives off of the news channel and is always passionate about some cause or another. She gets along rather well with her father in this aspect, as they like to debate the government and upcoming policies. She means well in her arguments, but she can be a bit opinionated at times. When someone disagrees with her, instead of calling peace and agreeing to disagree, she likes to keep the discussion going until she understands why someone thinks what they do.
I think that's a fine thing to do.
I understand that she's curious about the world, and I don't want to squash that, but it does get a bit tedious hearing "but why" to everything we talk about. She's currently studying politics, psychology, business, and economics as her A-level subjects. She doesn't really have any friends from school and spends a lot of time on websites like Tumblr chatting to people who care about her causes. I try to involve her in trips out shopping with Sam and me, but she declines, saying she'd rather stay at home. To try to be more inclusive, I suggested she pick some activities and we would do them with her if she doesn't like the girly activities, but Izzy again declines, saying she'd rather hang out with people who share her mindset. I tried to organize something just for her and me so we could have time alone, but she responded with something along the lines of, like you'd be able to understand anything I'm involved with anyway. Her most recent thing has been the Free the Front Airbags campaign, along with growing out her leg hair. She has been ranting at Sam for being a slave to gender stereotypes by liking dresses, boys, and makeup. At our movie nights, Izzy will try to psychoanalyze the characters in all the films, even the ones she picked, and complains about the character tropes and forced romances. It's completely ruined movie nights, so last week I didn't even schedule one to avoid dealing with it. I know Sam is upset by all of this because she's cried to me a few times. Each time I bring it up to Izzy, she says she doesn't care and that we should check our privilege. I've tried grounding her. She just sat stubbornly on the floor all night. Suspending her allowance didn't work. She said money doesn't control her. That's so like on brand for what we know about her.
So far,
yeah.
OP, it sounds like you just have like a typical teenager,
right?
Who's like a little bit more into politics than normal. So she
Yeah.
has like views that she can disagree with you on.
Right. That's kind of what I'm thinking too. It's like obviously all of this stuff is like her hobby. Pretty
Right.
much.
Yeah. You say she psychoanalyzes characters in movies. You said
Yeah.
she's going into psychology.
Yeah. It's like I would totally do that.
Yeah.
I love
do that
doing
all the
that
time,
with
yeah.
characters in movies. I think that's so fun. But taking her phone away didn't work either. She said we let technology control our lives anyway.
Taking
Nothing
her phone
seems to
away
work.
For what though?
Yeah, I think this is for making Sam upset.
For grounding her for movie night? For making Sam upset?
Yeah, like all these punishments I think are like for making Sam upset, but we don't really know exactly why Sam is upset by all of this. I hate it because I want to love my daughters equally, but I really don't like Izzy right now. She's being self-righteous, policing everything her sister Sam wears, says, or does, and calling her a slave. My husband seems to think it's just some silly teenager rebellious phase, and she'll calm down soon, so he's not as upset as I am.
What it sounds like to me.
Yeah. He also enjoys political debates with her, so he tries to take the heat away from discussions when me or Sam are present. One time, Izzy openly called Sam subordinate arm candy when she was going on a date. Oh my god. My husband told her she wasn't allowed to talk to her sister like that, and she was grounded. Izzy snapped, "Oh, now you're playing favorites too? F off then," and stormed upstairs. He has been trying to talk to her calmly about her attitude and how he loves her and understands her side of things, but she can't just be rude to everyone. He recently got a new project at work and has been working long shifts, so he's not around as often. I just don't know what to do. Is this a phase? How do you even deal with this? If anything, her behavior is making me like Sam even more for being such a good kid, and I feel like it's a never-ending cycle. I have tried to include Izzy in so many things, and she just debates every topic, telling me all my choices are wrong. Sam will be off to university in September, and then it'll just be me and Izzy at home. How the heck do I navigate this? And there are some comments, but I know we already talked about it a little bit, but do you have anything else to add?
I don't know, maybe somewhere deep down there's a way to find something that you guys both like to do.
Yeah.
However obscure that may be. Like,
Right.
get into like her really niche interests, or like try to find something cool. Like,
Yeah.
if she likes psychology, she likes detective work, like could you guys do like an escape room together?
Sure.
Or like could you guys go on like a, I don't know, like a spooky history tour of something?
Yeah,
or
something that she might like.
something that, or I don't know,
Yeah.
help her make signs for a rally.
Sure, yeah.
Something bonding.
I feel like what might be happening with OP is like, you know, she's the parent and she disagrees with a lot of things that Izzy is saying. And I feel like, you know, when your kids are younger and they're like less of their own person, you have to teach them the right thing. And you teach them like what you believe and your experiences and your opinions and stuff. So you might just have to kind of let that idea of controlling it go a little bit.
Yeah.
Just kind of let it happen and like maybe ask her about it, and you don't have to, like, you can agree to disagree, but you don't have to be so like vocal about that, you know what I mean?
Right. Like, is there some way to kind of let the teenager in her settle in like the smoothest way possible?
Right.
Of just like not pushing back, except for when she's obviously being very rude. Like, you can push back and still like discipline her as your child, but like
But we do have some relevant comments. Little Wooly says, one of the most important debates/relationship tools to teach Izzy is, once you start name calling, you've lost your argument. Debates and jokes are fun until someone else gets hurt. Opie says, that could be a good tool. Usually because she gets so passionate about these things, I end up trying to calm her down and justify her because I think she might feel like it's me and Sam versus her opinions. The next time she insults someone, I think I'll definitely try just ending the discussion on the spot and doing something different. BSCD95 says, it's great Izzy is passionate, but she needs to seriously learn some respect. She should not talk to anyone in your family the way that she does. She should not be telling her father to F off or be extremely rude to her sister, not to mention how dismissive she is of you. She acts like you won't understand her interests, insinuating that you're stupid. I would take away all her privileges, no phone, no internet, grounded, etc., until she can be more respectful. Also, please reassure Sam that it is okay that she likes being a stereotypical girl. The whole point of feminism is that the woman can be whatever she wants to be, not what Not that she can be whatever she wants to be within the exception of being traditionally feminine. Exactly. Yeah. Keep up your time with her and ride out the storm with Izzy. Hopefully this will pass when she matures a little. Opie says, that's what I try to do, but considering they're polar opposites right now, I don't know if they're taking me seriously or if they think I'm just saying it to make them feel better. It's like I'm turning back and forth going, if you want to give up bras, Izzy, go ahead. Who needs them? It's great that you feel confident enough to go out without them. And then wearing bras doesn't make you anti-feminist, Sam. A lot of people find them super comfy and easier to wear. Plus, there's some super pretty ones out there, so they make a lot of women feel schmexy in them. No, Izzy, I'm not saying women can't be schmexy without bras. Sorry, I want to tear my hair out. Yeah, that is super frustrating. But that's the thing that commenter was saying. It's like with feminism, both can be true.
Yeah, there's no way to do it right.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, no, it doesn't mean that you have to feel like good with a good bra. But
we're only gonna get mad when your dad comes in and gives his opinion about the bra.
Yeah, exactly. So now, when suggested that Izzy needs to get her temper and outbursts under control, OP says, as I've said in another comment, Izzy has just joined a debate team / club one of her classmates just set up at her college, so hopefully she'll be able to find a structured way with her peers to debate, learn it isn't always about being right, and get some of her frustration out before she returns home and takes it out on me or Sam. Others have been really helpful in sending me lists of films / TV shows that she would probably be interested in, but I know she's always loved reading, so the books could be a good idea. And we do have an update. But, yeah, I have hope that this can just ride out eventually.
I have so much hope.
This is 19 days later.
Okay.
So, I know it's been about 3 weeks since the last post. A lot has happened already, and there's probably a lot more work to do. But I just want to thank everyone for their advice and let you know that progress has been made.
Yay!
Okay. It was clear from all the comments that there were a few issues that I had to deal with. 1 was to actually involve myself more in Izzy's life and interests. 2 was to stop letting her get away with hurting Sam so much and teach her that she can't talk down to people like she is. 3 was to write it out as much as I can and hope that she mellows out over time like a lot of commenters said they did as they aged. The first thing I did was make a list of all the films and TV shows recommended by people here to look into, to try and find some things I could watch with Izzy to make her feel included. It was a long list, and I think we got some really good options that will appeal to the whole family. The first thing I tried out was Steven Universe, as just about everyone on here suggested it for me. That's a good one. Izzy actually walked in on me watching it about 5 episodes in. I was hoping to just get one taster episode to see if it was any good, but so much for that. She paused in the doorway and asked, "You actually like Steven Universe?" I said one of my coworkers had recommended it as a cute show to watch and that I actually kind of loved it. I wish I could have taken a picture of the smile on her face. She immediately jumped onto the sofa and started quizzing me on how far along I was, who my favorites were, what other shows she thought I would like. I started listing off other shows, many of which were on my list to try out too. I told her that we could try all of them, and I already have a few ready. I also reinstated film night under a new condition to make sure we don't run into any issues again. I purchased some dry whiteboards and pens and proposed the following idea. During all films and TV shows, there is to be silence, as I would like to watch something without it being talked over. However, we write down questions or topics that we want to discuss on the boards throughout the film. At the end, we designate a discussion time to talk about it. Izzy agreed to it and said that was probably fair. That was one win. That seems like a great option.
Seems great so far.
I would love to do that. I'm such a yapper, and Riley definitely has shushed me sometimes in TV shows because I'm like, that's another interesting thing. And he's like, wait, something's happening right now. So I would love to have a discussion
I
time.
can fully be on either side of that one, pending the film.
Right. No, I totally get it. We have had 2 film nights since then. The first one we watched was Legally Blonde, and she was constantly scribbling on the board. The discussion after went really well. Izzy did most of the talking about how empowering Elle Woods is. Oh, okay. But I tried to engage so she didn't feel like I was just glazing over her thoughts. Sam had finished her exams and took up her volunteer work full time, so it was just me and Izzy doing this, which I thought gave some nice quality time. I tried to find activities for us to do together that weren't hair or nails. I thought she might enjoy a hike as we live close to a national park, so I suggested that one day. She turned me down, but that's fine. I'm not expecting an immediate turnaround. I will just keep suggesting things every few days to let her know that I want to do things with her. We've been watching Orange is the New Black since it came out, along with Steven Universe and Sense8, so I feel like we're making progress. Since Sam took up the extra work, she's not really in the house much anymore, so she and Izzy have clashed less naturally. I took down some of the comments suggested by you all, like how Izzy shaming Sam for what she wears is actually the opposite of feminism, but Sam actually beat me to it. So far, only once has Izzy commented when Sam wore a small play suit out, which has been getting warm here. Izzy said, "Wow, I didn't think it was possible to wear any less clothing than you normally do. Who's this for then?" But before I could actually say anything, Sam went, "Me, because I look dang good in it. Maybe you should try one. It's pretty empowering looking this good." And skipped out the door. Yeah, you go, Sam. Yeah. That's exactly the right response.
I figured Sam would honestly figure that one out on her own.
Yeah. I was shocked for a second, as Sam has never returned fire before. Izzy did the same, pausing before storming upstairs. She hasn't made another comment since then, and I'm not sure if it's because they just don't see each other often or if Izzy was genuinely shut down by that one comment. So I'm in limbo waiting to see how that plays out. While taking Sam out for university supplies one day, I asked her how she feels about Izzy's behavior. I don't want her to be negatively impacted. She said she gets a little upset when Izzy makes the comments, but she knows Izzy thinks she's coming from a good place and doesn't take it to heart. She also said Izzy would probably chill out after a few years, and when she goes off to university, she'll be away from it anyway, so she's riding out the storm until September. Me and Sam aside, the new debate group I mentioned in the comments that Izzy joined has now become a big thing for her, which I think has been mellowing her out a bit. She's been attending sessions regularly. I asked if they had audiences and if I could come along sometime. She said maybe in the future. It's new right now, so it's just class debating. She's also become really close with another girl in the group whom we'll call Anna. They take the same subjects but are in opposite classes, so they never met before this debate group. Anna is either at our house or Izzy at hers every day for the last 2 weeks. I'm glad she's made a close friend to talk to. She's barely been on her laptop since, so there's less internet and Tumblr fueling her behavior. Since Anna came along, Izzy has been significantly less argumentative and rude. She's skipping around the house in an almost dreamlike state, and it's making my heart melt to see her this happy. I feel like they might be a little bit more than friends. Uh-oh. I suspect Anna might be slightly more than just a friend.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to push anything. Izzy can talk to me whenever she wants. As for her dad, his project at work is wrapping up, so there are now fewer late nights. They're back to their political chit-chat over breakfast and seem as close as ever. And you could be back to listening to full episodes of stories just like this one on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or whatever your favorite podcast app is. Just search OK Storytime. And there is a little bit more into the story, but things are going great.
A great story.
Yeah.
I had a feeling that you would figure this out really quickly, OP. And
yeah, totally.
You did everything right. You followed all the comments wonderfully.
Right.
Izzy just needed you to reach out in different ways and have a reality check.
But there is a little bit more to the story. Overall, I think things are improving. I want to thank everyone who took the time to comment. I read through every single one. I will continue bringing up activities and shows that you suggested over time. I have a list saved on my computer to keep asking her about. Eventually, maybe Izzy will let me take her on a hike or go see a play together. I just have to keep trying. I'll also punish her where appropriate if she calls me or Sam out for what we wear or our hobbies, because it's not okay to be rude. It's a weird line to walk right now, curbing rude comments while also making more of an effort to take part in her interests, but I think I'm giving it a good go. And that's the end of the story. I think you're giving it a good go, too.
I think you're doing wonderfully, OP.
Yeah.
Like,
this seems like just a teenager thing that you have to go through as a parent. I honestly don't blame you for, like, thinking that you don't like her.
Yeah,
honestly.
Not at all.
Like, that just kind of seems like, yeah, maybe you are growing into different people, but at the same time, a little bit of effort is obviously going a long way. So
I like that you made compromises. She's made compromises.
Yeah.
She's getting herself in check in some ways.
Right.
Like, it's good.
You noticed how you're feeling and you're actively trying to, like, fix it. So that's great. That's great.
Great job.
Great job, OP.
My mother blamed me for my family's laziness. I don't regret leaving.
I don't think you should.
I, 23 female, have a big family. I grew up living with 2 younger brothers, 1 younger sister, grandparents, and my mom, 54 female, and dad. I'm significantly the oldest kid in my family, 8 years older than John, my brother, the second oldest in the house.
Oh.
By the way, this comes from my throwaway for U2D. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Carly.
I'm Angie.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we would do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says, my parents never assigned chores to any of us growing up, but I helped out around the house a lot. I've just always been very cleanly and organized, and I never minded it. I was always cleaning, vacuuming, doing dishes, helping cook, doing the family's laundry, etc. Nobody forced this role on me, but nobody really appreciated it or thanked me either. Again, I didn't really mind. I was just being a dutiful daughter and responsible person. I lived at home through college. I grew up in my college town, so I just commuted. A few months ago, however, I had decided that I had saved enough money and got an apartment with some of my college friends. Apparently, since I have moved out, our family situation has become chaotic and my mom feels overwhelmed. No one helps her at all with any chores. She basically told me that she had no idea how much I was helping out around the house until I moved out. Because I was always doing stuff without being asked. She didn't really know who was keeping everything clean and just assumed it was a joint effort from the whole family. Now that nobody's around to silently look after everyone, everything is a mess. Everyone in my home has developed a string of messy bad habits because somebody else was taking care of them all the time. She said it's my responsibility that no one in the family has learned to properly take care of themselves growing up and wants me to move back home.
I'm sorry. Aren't you the parent?
Aren't you the mom? Maybe we could give our other kids chores for once. Assigned chores. I don't know if I should do it. I guess growing up, especially with my younger siblings, I was just always the default babysitter. I was just used to taking care of them. So even when they got to the age where they were old enough to take care of themselves, I was too far in the habit. I don't know how me moving back home will totally fix that, though. But I do feel a little responsible. We have some top comments.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that too. It's like, so you're blaming me for not teaching them how to do this, even though I'm not their parent. I'm just 8 years older.
Right.
So you want me to move back so I could do it for them
and
instead of them learning?
They'll still not learn it.
Yeah, like this is the perfect time for you to teach them right now.
Top relevant comments from Deleted. She just wants your free labor. From C1 Odd to your mom. Tough crap. You are not responsible at all and owe her nothing in this. 2 younger brothers, 1 younger sister, grandparents, mom, and dad. That is 7 people who can clean the dang house. My guess is it's either A, other issues that your mom is deflecting, or B, she's lazy and figured that since she trained 1 kid, that kid would train the rest. For God's sake, don't move back in. If she needs help, look up maid services she can hire. Duck Run says, normal response, oh my god, dear, I had no idea you did everything around here. How awful. I should have noticed and then set up a roster so that we could all do our share. I'm so sorry. You really shouldn't have done all that by yourself. You have spoiled us, sweetheart. You really are too kind. Here is a book about standing up for yourself and a big thank you present. What your mom actually said. We didn't know you did all that. We will not thank you. We will blame you. We will not change. Now come back and be our slave. We have an update 37 days later.
Oh, wow. I mean, yeah. Pretty much.
Don't move back.
Don't move back. Stay out of there. You're on your own now. That's good.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised by how much everyone's response to my mother was a resounding no. It made me feel silly for even considering it. There was really no benefit to keep enabling my mom and move back home. Well, Reddit, I'm sad to say that turning my mom down was the first time I had ever really stood up to her, and it did not go well.
Oh, no. no.
She instantly started guilt tripping me, how she had raised me, how family was everything, how I was being selfish and abandoning her. When that didn't work, her insults turned more aggressive. She said I owed her money, the money it cost to raise me and put me through college. My parents paid partial tuition. The accumulation of rent for letting me live at home during college. At no point had we ever discussed this, etc. Again, she pressed that I was taking advantage of the family by not moving back home and helping out. Is she going to pay you for all those years of cleaning? Because cleaning services are pretty expensive, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Pull up some of those prices and give
Yeah.
her a quote.
Also, if you're moved out, what is she going to do? Take you to court? They'd laugh in her face if she tried to
Totally.
sue you for the cost of raising you.
Yeah, totally.
I don't want to get into much detail because I'm still very, very sad about how this has turned out, but my mom hasn't responded to my calls in weeks. She antagonized me against the whole family, telling my siblings that I did something ambiguously terrible and am abandoning the family. And by the way, we'll never abandon you because there's always full episodes with stories just like this to watch or listen to on your favorite podcast app. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, any of them. Search up OK Storytime. Oh, we got a little bit left.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely
even
don't
know.
move back. Don't do it. If she's like crap talking you to the other siblings, then
Yeah.
maybe you can talk to the other siblings. Be like, I don't know what mom's talking about.
This is crazy.
This is just what she wants. So
Yeah.
maybe you start picking up the slack so I don't have to move back.
Or-
She can stop being mad at me.
And watch your backs because she might ask for the money it costs to raise you if you cross her.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh.
We got a little bit left. I had a phone conversation with my sister Rachel, who said something along the lines of, Mom said you did something really mean to her. She won't tell us what, but she said that's why she made you move out.
What?
I have never been really close to my siblings, but I'm kind of taken aback how little anyone seems to care that I'm gone. Recently, my mom put up a picture on Facebook of the whole family with me absent, captioned, "The only people in my life I'll ever need." I would cut contact with the mom.
That is terrible.
I would not be talking to this girl.
Oh my gosh.
That is so awful. She's so mean. And
Yeah.
until you can come back and give me like the biggest, nicest apology, you're gone.
Yeah.
I'm not reaching out to you.
That is so
See how long you
crazy.
can go with that house that you can't keep clean because
Right.
you only taught me how to do it.
Yeah, the only people you'll ever need. It seems like you need me to clean your home.
Right. You needed me a little bit ago when you were begging me to get your house in shape.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to focus on my work and my friends to get through this, but I'm in a very sad place right now. Some top relevant comments. Red Rose Beetle. She's going through an extinction burst, stepping up the behaviors that have worked in the past in order to make you bend to her will. Stay strong. When you doubt yourself, just remember that your mother doesn't care about you. She cares about what you can do for her. If she remotely cared about you, she wouldn't be acting this way. And OP says, thank you for this perspective. I think this makes a lot of sense. I'm no longer going to reinforce her behavior and am going to stop contacting her. I get the feeling that she likes that I am struggling to reach out to her and wants to make me suffer. Deleted says, wow, the Facebook thing would kind of seal it for me. I'd screenshot that, and someday in the future, when she calls you needing help with something, I'd pull out that picture and tell her that she should just call every one of the other people, since that's all she'll ever need. Inevitable Name says, if I were really in need of reminding what I meant to my mother, I'd set that as her profile pic in my phone.
Huh.
Teardrop 87 says, first of all, quit calling mom. All you're doing is making her feel better by allowing her to give you the silent treatment. Stop doing that and go about living your life. Heck, unfollow her on Facebook so you don't have to see any of the crap she posts. If any of your siblings call again, ask if they notice how filthy the house has gotten since you left. Tell them you were the one keeping the house clean, and mom's pissed because you refused to come back home and play servant. If they get pissy too, block their numbers and carry on with your life. Things will cool down in a few months and you can reestablish a relationship with your family on your terms. OP, I swear if you quit calling your mom, she'll start calling you again. Right now, she loves that she is punishing you. She feels justified for making you feel bad. Just remember that. She thinks she has the right to make you feel terrible. OP says, It's literally never occurred to me until now that she's ignoring me because she likes that I'm still reaching out and suffering.
Ugh.
Well, now I'm done. I'm honestly so shocked still how much my mom seems to enjoy my guilt. Route 18 says, ugh, the fact that you spent your entire time at that house doing chores without being asked and without any appreciation, only to be harassed when you refuse to go back to a situation makes my blood boil. You made the right choice, OP. You don't need family who treats you like trash. That's the end of that story.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Wow. All because the house got messy.
Yeah.
Because she was doing like half of the cleaning. That is so wild. Like, there's got to be other instances growing up where the mom was doing things that were like this petty.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
this is
sure.
this is like in her blood. There's no way that someone could just randomly do something like this.
She probably just didn't have the catalyst to realize it before, and now it's like,
it's like, oh shoot, what?
Kind of sucks.
Yeah, maybe it's like turned around on OP for the first time or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure she's treated other people like this.
I'm sure.
Whatever the case is, it's just terrible.
Oh.
Your own mother.